I am explain about Thor, Love and Thunder. Thor, Love and Thunder is more or less a victory lap for all that director Taika Waititi achieved with his previous Marvel film, the often hilarious, rousing, and plainly refreshing Thor, Ragnarok. And while it has too many familiar flourishes and jokes, this entertaining sequel is still a force for good, with enough visual ambition and heart in front of and behind the camera to stand on its own. We meet our space Viking hero and thunderous Norse god Thor, Chris Hemsworth, on a path of healing. Going from dad bod to god bod, to quote Waititi's voiceover recap, delivered by his still charming rock-bodied softy character Korg, Thor has lost the gut he had in Avengers Endgame, and the people of Asgard have settled into a port town called New Asgard after their home realm was trashed in Thor, Ragnarok. Their leader, the charismatic King Valkyrie, Tessa Thompson, has helped them acclimate to life on Earth, which includes being a tourist attraction. With the assistance from the Guardians of the Galaxy and a brief appearance, Thor gets back into world-saving shape, and in a Guns N' Roses accompanied moment in the beginning, he unleashes stylized, high-flying slaughter a la many scenes in Thor, Ragnarok, wielding his axe Stormbreaker. But he has no one to share the victory with, and for all of the hundreds of years Thor has lived, he is resigned to not finding true love. The film then reintroduces a more interesting hero in Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, Thor's past human love interest from the previous films during his more serious days. Now, she wields the restored pieces of Thor's hammer Mjolnir, turning into the mighty Thor with helmet and cape, but all with a price. Every time she uses the power, it takes away from her human capacity, which is all the more devastating given that we learned she is stage 4 cancer. Thor, Love and Thunder thoughtfully reinstates Jane into the action, while giving some more depth to her relationship with Thor. In both her human and her heroic state, Portman's performance conveys why it's great to see Jane again. The adversary this time around is Gorr the God Butcher, a tortured character filled with vengeance, who provides the shadows to the movie's immense moments of light. After the death of his daughter turns him into a non-believer, Gorr is chosen by a weapon called the Necrosword, and creates an army of shapeshifting black beasts to kill all gods, starting with the one who ignored his cries for help. Christian Bale is striking in the role, fluctuating between high and low voices, relishing the chance to brandish his sharp teeth. It's the closest we'll get to seeing him play Pennywise the Clown, with a dash of Voldemort, but tethered to the same humility Bale brings to his most human, humbled characters. He can be mighty fun to watch, even when Thor, Love and Thunder undersells his god butchering for the sake of a more sentimental message, and to make him share scenes with frightened children. Co-written by Waititi and Jennifer Caden Robinson, Thor, Love and Thunder just doesn't truly flourish like it could. Part of its messiness kicks in with its big conflict, when Gorr the God Butcher attacks New Asgard at night in a frantic impromptu fight scene that has Waititi's usually stable vision for Thor action losing control. The supposedly scary scene just happens, and it's difficult to follow in the dark what's going on, as shadow creatures wage battle on the Asgardians and kidnap their children. The sequence is so disjointed that a visual gag involving a collapsing burning building in the background, timed for when Thor meets cute again with Jane as a hammer-wielding, ass-kicking, mighty Thor, just doesn't work.